Good morning. Hi, Julie. Hi, Caress. Good morning, Maggie. I did everybody's, I flew under the radar and I did everybody's individual readings yesterday. So if you click on the same playlist link, it'll have updated with the newest version, but I haven't put the timestamps on yet. I'm going to do that after this morning's live. So just so you know, and I'm interested to see. I think some of you watched already. You saw that, but not everybody did. But I'm interested to see how they align with the energy for this week. We are still in full moon Capricorn vibes. That was yesterday, July 21st. I'm curious. I'm curious how you're feeling. It's been a momentous weekend, I suppose, in some ways, right? You know, what do you think? You fell from a coconut tree? So, how are you guys feeling? What's your energy like? You know, over here we had a very snaky weekend and an anniversary weekend. I've been celebrating my anniversary all week. That is the truth if you're following my stories. But it was our 3-year anniversary for Megan and I this weekend, so we had some fun times. But we're actually going on a little trip next weekend to the Finger Lakes, so that's going to be what we're doing. But my snakes are doing great. The new snake, Odin, is absolutely amazing. Like, I can't tell you enough. He's over there just like sitting on his log right now. Everybody ate last night. Um, Evelyn shed for the first time since I've had her. Full perfect shed with all of the eye caps, which is great. So the snakes are doing amazing. Gloria is a little weird, I will say. Like, I don't know if she's going through something, or she's just special. She might be special. We've come to the conclusion, which is fine. Like, it takes all kinds, you know? But the thing about Odin, who is my newest snake, he's a reticulated python. He's only 2 months old. The thing about him is that he was hand raised by the curly haired keeper. Like, so as soon as he came into this world, he's been handled lovingly and choice based and is used to having like hands in his enclosure and like just he's amazing. And we went over to meet all the babies a couple weeks ago and I was just so impressed by that. And so he's here now and he's still acting the same way. So, like in the evening, he comes right up to the glass. He's like, "Let me come out and hang out with you." You open it, he comes right out. He's amazing. So I'm really excited to get to know him better and just to kind of have him in the group because between him and Jimmy, like amazing. So if you're in the area, you should come meet my snakes. It's an evening activity, but it's pretty fun. So that's what's going on here. I still only have four. Another weekend has passed and I have not taken in another snake. So way to go to me. Way to go to me. Okay. So we're going to get right to it. I am really chomping at the bit to see what the cards say for this week. But before we do that, let's just do a quick energy check. How is your energy from 1 to 10? Okay. With 1 being like low, weird energy, and 10 being feeling great, like just feeling great. All systems go. Where are you at? Oh, hi, Janelle. Janelle's a 7. My allergies are not great. Julie is also a 7. Okay. Jean's an 8. Gypsy has a migraine. Oof, I'm sorry, honey. That's terrible. I'm not sure where you are, if you're in Pennsylvania or not, but you can definitely feel like the pressure is heavy today and very like very humid. Chris is a 7, but a little disconnected from my emotions. Chris, did you happen to watch your reading for this week? Florida. Oh God. Okay. So even more, even more humid down there. No break from that, huh? I feel like I need to like blow my nose, but there's nothing in my nose. It's just swollen. Okay. So, a few announcements because we're coming up somehow on the end of this month. Registration for the Normalized Magic workshop is open. I sent out specific emails to you if you were on the hold list. So go ahead and grab your spot because then I'm going to, open up more spots. So that is open for registration now. You can find it. I sent it to you in an email. And once everybody on the list has joined, I'll post it in my stories and make it a little bit more public out there. But Normalized Magic Workshop starts on Lionsgate, which is the 8th, and it's just a group of amazing people. And this season, which is the 6th season, we have a little more support available to you, and we're doing things a little bit differently, a little more structure, but not in like a crazy way. I've added a sound library called the Sound Lab that has meditations I've created that are guided and also just ambient. Some are from like my plant sounds and other things, but these are going to be used to help you do different rewiring in your brain, to help you with anything you're looking to do. So I'm also going to be taking requests for different meditations add to add into the Sound Lab. And as a reminder, if you can't be there live, it's okay because everything is recorded and available to you. So I have some people who have never been in the workshop live and have been there for several seasons, and it's a different experience that way, obviously, but it's for you. So use the tool how it works for you. You know what I mean? So that is starting, like I said, Lionsgate, August 8th, and registration is open now. It goes for 12 weeks. So it'll take us to probably like the beginning of eclipse season. Remember that? We're almost in that again. So that's happening. And then, of course, always open if you would like personal coffee and magic card pulls for yourself for $5.50 a week. You can do that by going to sarahmala.com and signing up, and I will send it right to your inbox, and you will have your own private card pull that you can kind of cross reference with the collective if you like. It's kind of interesting to do that. So, those are my updates for you this morning, and we are going to get to it. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Raul, did you find your kitty cat? I just saw that on Facebook. I'm going to give you guys three things. If this is your first time to Coffee Magic, welcome. I give you three things. You pick which one feels most aligned with you this morning, and that will correspond with your card pull. Okay. No. Did you do Find Toby yet? Because that really is the best. But if anybody's in the Midtown Harrisburg area, Raul is missing his little black kitten, or is it a flagrant cat? I don't remember, but little black kitten is missing. It's on the Midtown Harrisburg Facebook page. Just keep an eye out for that little cat. Good morning, Yvonne. Hi, Valerie. Yes, black cat. Okay. Just keep an eye out. Get this cat home. All right. The three things we're going to do this morning are plants. So here it is. Pothos, snake plant, and spider plant. Pothos, snake plant, spider plant. What plant are you feeling this morning? I know what plant Priscilla's feeling. She's a spider plant girl all the way. I've never had such a kitteny kitten before, honestly. It's a new thing for me. I love her though. So pothos. Very nice. What was the order that I did? Do you remember? Janelle, what did I say? Was it Pathos, Snake, and Spider? I'm the worst. Pathos, Snake, Spider. Okay, thank you guys. Pathos, Snake, and Spider are your choices. And just choose which one you want. Drop it in the comments. And we are a shuffling. Pathos, Snake, and Spider. Ooh. Pathos is ready to rock. Okay. Tell me when you're ready. All right. So again, your choices are Pothos, Snake, and Spider plants. Choose what feels right for you, and off we go. This is your Pothos. Stag, Water Fairy, Lady of the Lake. Lots of water for Cancer season. All right, let's start with the stag. So this is like, moving into this week, we really have a strong current of energy that's coming through with this card, my Pathos friends. So stag is all about walking into your spaces, your life, anything you're doing with confidence, with like your chest open, right? And also the thing about Jesus Christ, Gloria, the thing about chest open is it's heart forward. Okay, that's an important part of this. Um, there's not that need to kind of hunch over and protect this space. You feel very confident in it. So it's like sitting in your energy comfortably. Okay. Now, you also have the Lady of the Lake, which is a huge emphasis this morning on self respect. Before you put yourself in a space, you have to ask, like, is this a space that is respectful to me? Like, do I feel respected in this space? Maybe I shouldn't be here if I don't feel respected, right? And not in a toxic way, not like, ooh, everybody should like bow down and praise me when I walk in the room. It's more like, do you feel like you should be in that space? Does it feel nurturing and good to you? Because right now we're working on moving from making decisions from your head space to making decisions from that heart space, moving from fear based to love based. That's the transition we're all making right now. This week, it's asking yourself how you feel and actually honoring the answer that comes up, right? So, in little ways and big ways, but we start small, right? Does this feel good to me? What does this make me feel in my body, right? And having that honesty about it. So, my Pathos friends, you're tapping into the Cancer waves by really honoring the actual feelings that you have this week. Like actually saying, these feelings aren't here to derail me. They're not here to get in my way. They're here to help me navigate, to show me something. Okay. Even if they're uncomfortable at times. So that is your Pathos. Shuffling for Snake. Interesting vibes. You're very welcome. So again, the choices this morning are Pathos, Snake, and Spider. And you just put whichever one you feel like is aligned with you this morning. But also, you can, oh my God, but also, oh my God, my brain just like literally malfunctioned. Did you see that happen? Okay, what I was going to say is if you missed the first one and that feels like a thing for you, you can obviously go ahead and rewatch this once I have clicked off, and you can just see the whole thing over again on Instagram or YouTube. It is Leo season, but It is. But does anybody else feel still very much in Cancer energy? I'm feeling that very much in Cancer energy, even though we had that stag come through, and I think the stag came through for several of the personal readings as well. Um, I think we're still surfing through that Cancer energy a little bit, and haven't yet hit the full peak of Leo vibes. Usually, I think a lot of my Leo friends will vouch for this. It really feels like Leo season once we get into Lionsgate. It takes a minute for that fire to burn away the water. But I know Leos can't wait for Leo season, so fair enough. Fair enough. All right. We are shuffling for. Is it Pathos, snake, and spider? If so, it's a snake. Tell me when you're ready. I have it here. Okay, so this is your snake plate. You have the queen. You have movement. You have disruption. Like, how many times are we getting this message, right? Like, I feel like the disruption card has been really playing overtime lately. So, disruption, movement, and the queen. This week, this week could have a very shifty presentation for you. Like, it's the vibes these days every week, honestly, is like you think you know, but you don't know. And we just have to be very flexible with what's going on. So again, you might get shifted into a different space. I know that is frustrating, especially when you're trying to like get something done. However, too many timelines are changing too fast. And we're going to be in a space of time that keeps happening for a while because with every small or big thing that changes in the collective, it also affects your personal timelines, okay? And of course, vice versa. But right now, so much is changing for the collective. So, with that being said, every time a shift happens in the collective, you can expect some sort of ripple effect in what's happening with you personally, okay? And trusting the flow of that is going to be the best way to navigate this, honestly. Um, movement card and disruption is telling me that things are going to be changing this week. What do you need to know about that? Where do you need to sit in your energy? It's a number 4, which might be significant to some of you, and it's the queen. And so this is really sitting in your feminine energy. And it is not a bad idea to remind yourself what that means. Feminine energy is able to multitask. Feminine energy is able to be emotionally intelligent. It's able to consider the needs of others and prioritize the needs of self. Okay. Feminine energy is able to do many different things at once and create within itself with very little input from anyone else. You have everything you need in that feminine energy to do anything you want to do. Okay. It is a week of tapping into that as this moves around outside of you. You stay here on your throne, my queens, right? You stay here and everybody in queen mode while this happens around you. And kind of get used to that because this is going to make it possible for you to keep your sanity a little bit. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't move. You can trust this. You can trust yourself. You can trust that space you're occupying. And you know, this is just going to keep moving. So if something kind of shifts in a way and you're like, oh, I don't like it, That's okay. Just wait. It will absolutely shift. And if there's something that you need to actually do, just tap into your intuition and ask yourself, is there something that I actually need to do about this? Or do I just wait a minute? You get that answer. And then you listen. And then you're like, oh, all right, moving on. Right? Very interesting, my snake plant friends. All right. Shuffling for spider. Do you know what I want? I want a crisp autumn day. I want to wake up and I want it to be like 50 degrees and just crisp blue skies with just little cute little fluffy clouds here and there. And then I want it to warm up to a gentle 69, 70, with a light sweater. And I just want to walk around and enjoy the air. That's what I want. So, the weather's like, not today, bitch. Mm. Back at the schoolhouse, we had a pool that we never, hardly ever used. And this summer has been the one summer that I'm like, God, if I had a pool, I would be in it every single day. Oh, Valerie over here has a 65-degree morning, cloud, sunny, beautiful. Oh, well, I'm glad you have it. I'm glad it exists somewhere. Where are you, by the way? Maybe we should go there because Pennsylvania is not feeling that way at this time. That's for sure. I am going up to the Finger Lakes this weekend, though, and I feel like the weather is going to be better. Oh, you're in New Mexico? Well, I feel like that could track for New Mexico because, like, New Mexico and Arizona both have so many different climates available, right? All right. Well, here is your spider plant. You ready? Also, Europe early, Mexico. This is spider plant, birth and rebirth, the deer, the grail knight. All right. So, my spider friends for this week. There is a there is an energy of being tested in your own personal delusions this week. And I mean delusions in the best way possible, not in like a what's wrong with you kind of way. We need the ability to dream in order to create things beyond what has already been the status quo, right? So, of course, you're going to have wild ideas because as you move from a fear based way of living into a love based way of living, you're going to be able to think of bigger things, right? And you're going to want to live differently. A little it depends on who you are as a person, obviously, but some of the things you may find yourself dreaming about may be really misaligned with the way that your life is structured at this exact time. And that is okay. Just be really gentle with yourself, with your dreams this week, and allow yourself to be in them and to flesh them out a little bit in your mind's eye, in your imagination. Go there. Have that Neptunian time with it because it's part of your process of growth right now that you are tapping into a self that you haven't previously allowed to be the forward facing self. Okay. The self that's attempting to take stage now is the one that was probably most present. I'm just going to eyeball this, but I would say this is the self that was most present between the ages of like 10 and 14 for most people. And it was the self that you were before you heard too much about how people thought, right? Before like you knew too much about how other people thought of the world, how they considered you and where you fit into it and all of those different things projected onto you. It was just like that self, right? That kind of got squished down so that you could fit into different societal molds. That you is attempting to step forward again. And this is an interesting energy because while that is an energy that was with you when you were very young, it's not a child energy. It has grown along with you as well. It just hasn't been in front. Do you see what I'm saying? So now it steps forward, it seems familiar. You're like, what is that? Like what am I doing? It's like it's that you, but grown up. So can you take that chance, right? And let that you step forward a little more, right? Gently. It doesn't have to be a big crashing change. It doesn't have to be. But allow it to step forward. Take this week to really like lean into that space of dreaming about it and thinking about how you would like your life to be. What things do you want to see in your day? Who do you want to connect with? What do you want to be your trajectory, right? In this space. Like let yourself do that. Don't be too caught up in the current framework of reality because it is also changing very fast. So there's no need. Janelle is saying my dream's been a bit unhinged the last couple nights. And I want to talk about that for a second too, because mine have been as well. And I was attributing it to um, the binaural beats routine I've been doing past few nights, but they've been really, really weird dreams that are so detailed and so like specific. And then I wake up and I don't really remember all of them. Depends, but like I do, if that makes sense. Like I feel them in my body, like I feel the lived experience of them. But they've been unhinged and really fucking weird. Like deeply so, more so than usual. So I don't know if it's full moon vibes. I don't know if it's the binaural beats. I don't know what it is, but at least I've been sleeping because remember I went through that like week where I wasn't sleeping. That wasn't good. Anyway, that was your spider plant. Very interesting vibes this morning, huh? As we move out of this full moon in Capricorn energy. Um, I will not be here on Friday because I will be traveling. So this is it for the week. But I will be back on Monday and we will jump into August together. But again, because that time is moving so swiftly, please make sure that you grab your spot for the Normalized Magic Workshop. I will be closing enrollment probably 2 to 3 days before the 8th. So maybe like by the 5th, I'm closing the doors. So make sure you go ahead, do your registration, all of those things. No recording of what, babe? Oh, there might be. There might be a recording. I forgot I was doing that now. We will see how my week goes, but probably a recording because I tend to enjoy doing that these days. And if so, if you're on my mailing list, you will get a link to that. Okay. But have a good rest of your week. Stay in your energy, let things flow, right? And we'll just see what happens. It's always wild. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.